Hi, this is Mass Rundown. If you enjoy movie reviews and trailer reactions, you're at the right place. So want to subscribe and hit the like button down below.
Today we're going to be reviewing Cruella. Cruella is a 2021 crime comedy film directed by Craig Gillespie. It stars Emma Stone as Cruella, Emma Thompson as the Baroness, Joel Fry as Jasper, and Paul Walter Hauser as Horace.
So the latest Disney creation serves as a basic prequel to 101 Dalmatians. It tells the tale of Estelle and her journey to becoming Cruella de Vil.
So let's look at the good. The movie's a lot of fun. I had quite a few laughs, and it's really dark actually.
I think it's definitely not what I expected from Disney.
Definitely.
Even the intro was black and white with just the red Cruella.
Yes.
So you knew it was going to be a different take and dark from the onset.
And Emma Stone was really good at being bad. Like, you could see a distinct difference between when she was Estella and not that bad, and then Cruella when she was being bad.
Yeah.
And she switched that personality very well.
And her voice was amazing because she narrated a lot of the movie.
Yes.
And I cannot believe she did it so well. I just didn't expect that to work as well as it did.
It is that cruel undertone she put in her voice, and it's great.
But yeah, it was amazing.
Overall, like, the dialogue was really good. The story flowed very nicely. It came together very well. And also it was very clever. Like, some of the schemes Cruella de Vil was coming up with was pretty good and enjoyable and clever.
Some of them were a lot more direct than I expected.
Yes.
I also think that the sets and the costumes were amazing. And I think it's interesting that they took like a fashion show kind of story that's usually more whimsical and happy and made it a lot more dark.
Almost like an avant-garde fashion show.
Yes. And they did it really well. And
Yes.
she was totally avant-garde when she was doing her
Oh, yeah.
creeping or stalking, perhaps even. I also think that the movie answered a lot of questions that maybe you didn't even think to ask
Yeah.
in 101 Dalmatians. Like, why Dalmatians? Yeah, now you know why Dalmatians. And you also know why Horace and them stay with her, even though she's pretty awful to them at times.
Yes. And I think that leads us to the bad, because as much as it answered the questions we weren't looking for answers to, we didn't want answers to in some cases. I couldn't care less why she became bad when I'm looking at the original movie. Sometimes it's nice to have bad guys just be bad for the sake of being bad. Like, she was a bad. She wanted to skin dogs and make a coat. Now we've got a lot of backstory, and yeah, it's nice, but sometimes bad is nice to just be bad.
Yeah, I was surprised that they actually made me root for her because I didn't expect to be able to do that. I was wondering how they were going to get us to feel sorry for her and to see her as maybe the underdog and the one who was wronged.
Yeah, and they did.
Yeah, in 101 Dalmatians, she's like evil, and that's it. There's no question. There's no like, oh, shame, maybe.
Yes.
It's just she's bad.
And really, that's it for the bad, because it was pretty good. Overall, it's a different take on the villain. It's a different take on Disney in total, seeing this darker villainy side of it.
And the acting and the voices and everything was so good. Even the little doggies were really good and cute.
The dogs were awesome. They were clever. They were actual integral parts of the story. And even the Dalmatians kind of grew on you afterwards, and they were major plot pieces.
I'm surprised how long it took for them to grow. And I've seen since in the original movie, you with them from the start.
Yes.
And I liked how this ended where the next one starts, because it ended with the puppies, and 101 Dalmatians starts with the puppies.
Yes.
So I think overall it was definitely a worthwhile watch. I think it was time well spent. It was a little long, but I didn't actually mind that so much.
No, I didn't mind the length of it either.
It went so fast, it was so cool.
Yes. I do think maybe the CGI on the dogs at times could have been better,
Probably.
because they are very clearly computer-generated dogs as opposed to real dogs.
At times, especially when they're jumping and doing some of the tricks. But then again, they didn't want to hurt the dogs.
Yeah.
And I was sometimes glad that it was definitely CGI, because when they throw the dogs around and kick the dogs around or whatever, I can see it's a CGI dog, so I don't have to think, oh my goodness, did they hurt the dog? What were they doing? I'm like, okay, that's CGI, the dog's fine.
True.
So I actually didn't mind it that much, surprisingly. So I gave it an 8.
I'm going to give it an 8 as well.
So that leaves it with a total of an 8. And I think, as you guessed, we pretty much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, or you were teetering on not going to see it or going to see it, I think you should go see it.
Yeah.
I think for most people, there's some attachment to 101 Dalmatians. And even if there's not, you still will like this movie.
So it's the theme of the moment. Let us know in the comments down below. What Disney villain do you want to get their own movie?
I was saying that I think it would be really hard to do Ursula, because I don't see how they're going to make us feel sorry for her.
I can picture a couple of ways.
Oh yeah, loved.
Poor unfortunate souls.
Loved lost. Lost love.
Yeah, lost love.
That's exactly what it will be. That's why she's so bitter. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Later.